What is happening, Spotlight family? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely wild today, and we've got the inside scoop on stories that are breaking the internet and rewriting the rules. We're talking about developments that will make you question everything you thought you knew, and trust me, you don't want to be left in the dark. So buckle up, lean in, and let's get into it. First up, we're diving into the latest in cutting-edge tech that's blurring the lines of reality, with a massive story involving a certain Hollywood superstar and the artificial intelligence that's got everyone buzzing. This isn't just about one viral moment. It's a signal of seismic shifts in how we consume and trust visual media. Then, we pivot to the sports world, where a fascinating comparison is being drawn between two rising talents. Who's really ahead in the game, and what metrics are telling the full story? We'll break down the stats and the narratives that are making waves. And finally, we're heading across the pond to capture the electric atmosphere of a massive live performance that's being hailed as a triumphant return, complete with fan adoration and a nod to iconic past roles. Get ready for the full breakdown and all the details you need to stay in the loop. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Cyrus Spotlight, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. AI Chaos, the Will Smith Effect. Did Will Smith just walk off a digital cliff? This headline might sound dramatic, but it's capturing the intense debate ignited by recent videos circulating online featuring the superstar. We're talking about allegations that AI was used in a live performance setting, sparking a conversation that goes far beyond celebrity gossip. It's a pivotal moment that forces us to confront the rapidly evolving capabilities of artificial intelligence and its implications for authenticity in media. At the heart of the matter are videos from Smith's recent tour where, according to observers and social media sleuths, the crowds and their reactions appear to be digitally enhanced. Reports suggest that AI upscaling technology might have been employed to make the audiences seem larger or more enthusiastic than they actually were. This practice, while perhaps subtle to the untrained eye, involves AI tools that can manipulate footage to create or exaggerate certain effects. In this case, it's speculated that the AI was used to fill out the crowd, amplify cheers, and create an impression of overwhelming adoration, with some pointing to visual anomalies like distorted faces or repetitive fan motions as telltale signs. This isn't the first time AI has been linked to Will Smith in the digital sphere. Earlier this year, a video of him eating spaghetti went viral, only for it to be revealed as an AI-generated piece. That moment, while initially fascinating for showcasing AI's potential, now seems like a precursor to this current situation. The irony isn't lost on many that Smith, a figure who has dominated visual media for decades and made us believe in the power of images from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to Men in Black, is now at the center of a trend that could erode our trust in video content itself. It's being dubbed the Will Smith paradox. The implications of this are profound and far-reaching. Experts warn that as AI technology becomes more sophisticated, distinguishing between real and synthetic video will become increasingly difficult, if not impossible, without specialized interventions. This advancement threatens to dismantle video's long-held status as a reliable record of events, a final bastion of objectivity in an era already saturated with misinformation. The ripple effects will be felt across industries, from public relations and advertising, where managing perceptions is key, to the news media, whose credibility often hinges on verifiable visual evidence. Imagine PR teams scrambling to explain away AI-enhanced stunts or brand managers trying to control narratives when a video could be entirely fabricated. For news organizations, the challenge intensifies. Even possessing exclusive footage might not guarantee its believability. The impact on democracy could be even more severe. If any video can be manipulated to create deceptive narratives, the potential for political disinformation escalates dramatically. Experts like Haney Farid from UC Berkeley highlight the grave concern that widespread access to such deceptive content could destabilize democratic societies. However, amidst this potential chaos, there's a silver lining. As the medium itself becomes less trustworthy, the source of the content, the human creators and established media brands may regain prominence. In a world where video can lie, the reputation and integrity of the messenger could become our most valuable currency for discerning truth. Audience impact. Social media users are divided, with some criticizing the potential use of AI as deceptive and a shortcut, while others defend it as a creative tool. The discussion highlights a growing public demand for authenticity and transparency in how digital content is created. But is this the only way AI is changing the game? Stick around, because our next story explores how another major player is navigating these digital waters. AI's double-edged sword, Will Smith's audience concerns. Will Smith's recent concert tour has become a focal point for a critical discussion surrounding the use of artificial intelligence in promotional content. Videos shared from his official channels, showcasing enthusiastic crowds and fervent fan reactions, have ignited debate among viewers and industry observers alike. The core of the controversy lies in the suspicion that these scenes might not be entirely organic, but rather digitally generated or enhanced using AI, raising fresh concerns about authenticity and potential deception in marketing. Reports from outlets like Fortune detail how some viewers quickly identified glitches and unnatural patterns in the footage, suggesting that AI upscaling or generation techniques were employed. These observations point to distortions, such as faces appearing melted or movements being unnaturally uniform, which are often indicators of AI manipulation. Emmanuel Saliba, Chief Investigative Officer at Getriel Security, a firm specializing in deepfake detection, noted that while some scenes were identifiable as real concert footage, the overall quality and distortions were consistent with generative AI videos. This has led to speculation that Smith's comeback tour might be artificially inflating the appearance of organic support. The use of AI in such contexts, while not explicitly illegal without specific regulations, carries significant potential downsides, particularly regarding public perception and brand credibility. Baruch Labunsky, CEO of Rank Secure, emphasizes that consumers are highly sensitive to perceived dishonesty. While AI is generally accepted in areas like movies, education, or medicine when its use is transparent, its application in politics, commercials, or news is often viewed with suspicion, seen as manipulative. He notes that using an AI-generated audience, especially if not disclosed, can lead to a long-term negative impact on a celebrity like Smith, whose brand is built on relatability. Amore Philip, CEO of Apple's and Orange's public relations, views Smith's approach as a double-edged sword. On one hand, it demonstrates AI's potential for creative scaling and buzz generation. On the other, it risks undermining authenticity, a cornerstone of Smith's public persona. The concern is that such practices can come across as inauthentic, especially for a celebrity whose brand has long been rooted in human connection. This situation also brings to mind Smith's past public scrutiny, notably the 2022 Academy Awards incident, which further amplifies the need for genuine connection and transparency. Philip further elaborates that the backlash is less about the technology itself and more about optics and audience expectations for authenticity over perceived shortcuts. The key lesson for business leaders, she suggests, is that AI should enhance storytelling, not replace the human element that builds trust. Transparency about AI usage is crucial to prevent accusations of deception. In today's media landscape, faking audience support or inflating popularity is a fast track to damaging credibility. Jonathan Narve, CEO and founder of MindMeld, points out that while AI can enhance perceptions of popularity, using it to boost crowd numbers for commercial gain can feel like cheating, particularly when ticket sales are emotive. However, he also acknowledges that the practice of using paid actors or marketing gimmicks to create an illusion of popularity isn't entirely new in the entertainment industry. AI experts like Matthew F. Ferrero caution that AI-enhanced videos will become increasingly common. He advises that best practices for producers include upfront disclosure of AI use. Being transparent about employing AI tools can help avoid criticism and build trust, potentially even positioning creators as innovators if the AI is used in novel, transparent ways. The example of Billy Joel's music video, which openly showcased AI generation and was celebrated for its creativity, serves as a positive precedent. Ultimately, honesty and transparency are paramount, as consumers are increasingly holding brands and public figures to higher standards of integrity. Those who attempt to deceive with fabricated visuals risk severe damage to their credibility and increased skepticism from the public. Audience impact. Consumers are increasingly demanding authenticity and transparency, with many expressing distrust towards AI-generated content, especially when it's not disclosed. The situation highlights a potential conflict between creative marketing and audience expectations for genuine connection. While the digital world grapples with AI's reach, some are finding their footing in the real world, and we've got a fascinating comparison coming up next. Smith versus Celebrini, unpacking the rookie edge. In the competitive landscape of professional sports, particularly in the NHL, the San Jose Sharks have two emerging talents generating significant buzz: Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini. While Celebrini has largely captured the Lions' share of headlines and accolades over the past year, finishing as a Calder Trophy finalist and narrowly missing the All-Rookie team, a closer look at specific metrics reveals that Smith may hold an advantage in key areas, at least for the present. Celebrini, widely recognized for his exceptional all-around game, has undoubtedly earned his reputation as the superior player at this moment. His performance has been consistently strong, earning him finalist status for the Calder Memorial Trophy, awarded to the league's top rookie. This recognition underscores his immediate impact and potential. However, statistics provided by Stathletes and NHL Edge offer a different perspective, highlighting areas where Smith has demonstrated a more compelling performance, challenging the prevailing narrative that Celebrini is unequivocally the better player across the board. The data suggests that in at least two crucial aspects of the game, Smith has outperformed Celebrini. While the specifics of these metrics are behind a paywall, the implication is that Smith's game possesses certain strengths that are currently more pronounced than his highly touted teammates. This could range from offensive efficiency, defensive responsibility, playmaking ability, or even advanced statistical measures that capture impact beyond raw point totals. The distinction is significant, especially when considering the developmental trajectories of young players and the potential for future dominance. This contrast in performance metrics raises interesting questions about player development, scouting, and the perception of talent. It's common for one player to receive more attention due to a particular highlight reel play, a more vocal media presence, or a slightly more polished public persona. However, objective data can often reveal a more nuanced picture. The fact that Smith is statistically outperforming Celebrini in specific, important categories suggests that the Sharks may have two bona fide stars in the making, even if the public narrative has leaned heavily towards Celebrini. For the Sharks organization, this insight is invaluable. Understanding where each player excels allows for tailored development strategies and line matching during games. It also provides a more complete picture of the team's future potential. While Celebrini's overall game is impressive, Smith's statistical edge in certain areas could indicate a more specialized or impactful contribution that is currently being underestimated. This dynamic creates an exciting internal competition and a potentially formidable 1-2 punch for the Sharks in the coming seasons. It's important to acknowledge that player evaluation is an ongoing process. What holds true today might shift as players continue to develop and adapt to the professional ranks. However, the current statistical data from reputable sources like Stathletes and NHL Edge provides a compelling argument for Will Smith's exceptional, and perhaps underappreciated, performance relative to his more celebrated peer. Audience impact. Fans are actively debating the comparison, with some highlighting Celebrini's overall impact and others pointing to the statistical evidence favoring Smith in specific areas. The discussion reflects a keen interest in the Sharks' young talent and their potential NHL futures. From the ice to the stage, the energy is palpable as we shift our focus to a different kind of performance that's electrifying a new city. Wolverhampton roars, Will Smith's amazing homecoming. Hollywood icon and Grammy-winning artist, Will Smith has ignited the city of Wolverhampton with a sold-out performance that fans are hailing as nothing short of amazing. As part of his Based on a True Story tour, Smith took the stage at the University of Wolverhampton at the Halls, delivering a high-energy show that had the crowd singing, dancing, and completely captivated. This electrifying gig marks a significant moment, not just for the city, but for Smith himself, offering a powerful display of his enduring connection with his audience. Attendees described the atmosphere as electric, with one fan, Shakina Stewart from Oldbury, calling Smith a legend. She vividly recounted the experience, stating, "Everyone was singing and dancing and loving it. Well, was full of so much energy, smiling, laughter." Smith himself expressed his enthusiasm, telling the crowd he was so hyped to be in Wolverhampton, a sentiment he later echoed on social media, posting, "Crowd was poppin' tonight." This palpable excitement from both the performer and the audience underscored the success of the event. The venue, University of Wolverhampton, shared photos and videos on Instagram, capturing the Fresh Prince in the house and referencing his iconic 90s TV role. The show featured a blend of his classic hits, including Gettin', Jiggy With It, Miami, and Wild Wild West, alongside a Will Flicks video montage showcasing his multifaceted career highlights. For many, like Ms. Stewart, Smith's presence resonated across generations. She noted that while she'd been a fan since childhood, her 11-year-old son had recently seen him in the live-action Aladdin. The experience of seeing such a legendary figure live was, for her, definitely something that will stick with Wolverhampton forever and ever now. The event also served as a significant cultural moment, with many fans embracing the nostalgia. One attendee, videographer Kevin Tasker, traveled from Kettering and described the gig as a proper 90s throwback. He observed, "A lot of people dressed up. It was kind of like a festival vibe. Everyone got hyped, and everyone was rapping the Fresh Prince lyrics." This sentiment was shared by many, who clearly cherished the opportunity to relive the music and energy of the 90s. For some, the Wolverhampton concert was also viewed as a potential redemption show for Smith, particularly in the wake of his 2022 Oscar incident. Kevin Tasker commented, "I think for him to be in a room with a few thousand people that love him, it was good for him to see that. He was in his element." This perspective highlights the importance of positive fan engagement and the affirmation it can provide for artists navigating public perception. The tour supports Smith's first full-length album in 20 years, based on a true story, released in March. Having already entertained crowds in Scarborough, Cardiff, Manchester, and London, the Wolverhampton stop was a testament to the continued demand for his live performances. The show's success, characterized by enthusiastic fan reception and a vibrant atmosphere, firmly establishes Smith's continued relevance and appeal in the music and entertainment world. Audience impact. Fans expressed immense satisfaction with the concert, praising Smith's energy, performance, and the nostalgic atmosphere. The event was widely celebrated as a successful and memorable occasion for the city. What an incredible night of music and energy. But as one chapter closes, another is just beginning. Let's recap the biggest stories of the day. All right, Spotlight family, what a ride! We saw Will Smith at the center of an AI storm, potentially blurring the lines of reality in his performances. Then, we dove into the stats, comparing rising hockey talents Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini, with some surprising data emerging. We also caught the electric vibe from Will Smith's sold-out show in Wolverhampton, proving his star power is still burning bright. And finally, we're looking ahead to the future where AI might change how we trust video content forever. Don't miss out on any of these crucial updates. Hit that like button, subscribe to Cyrus Spotlight for more, ring that notification bell, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social channels. We'll see you next time.